are the future of this land, you know. You with me? That's who we are marching for. So we want to see them at the front. Yes, brother, up there. Africa. For Africa, not home and abroad. Yeah. Get the children at the front of this march. And we're doing the orderly. Up the brother, up. Taking the noise globally. Yeah. Parents.
Every time, big up the flag man. No matter where, big up the flag man.
Babylon? The drum is the voice of the people. The people burning.
When kings roll out. All ages roll out.
Holy Manuelai, the last year, that's freedom, redemption, and repatriation. This moment I can just leave an open letter to the Prime Minister for the United States, detailing the history of Brother Shanti and our father and the work that he has done towards repatriation and compensation. We give Africa Black International Congress Church of Salvation. I and I, the people, we stand above the organization. We stand governmental, parliamentary, political and churchical, also sabbatical, with our worthy leader, president, founder, governing team, Right Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edward. The Lord servant, Holy Manuelai, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. We would like to read this open letter that was sent out to the Prime Minister of Jamaica. The contents of this open letter of what we are demanding and advocating for was constable heads of government, including the Prime Minister of England and Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. These young and should assist in bringing forth international rights. Conquering life shall break every chain. Ethiopian Royal Nation of Kingdom. Ethiopia Poor People National and International Freedom League Government. Melchizedek Righteous Kingdom. Black Supremacy Government for the poor and half not. United Black Male Sovereign Nation. Lord of hosts, the I am, Repatriation internationally. The fifth kingdom of justice stands for equality and justice for all people. Ethiopia Black International Congress Church of Salvation. Sabbath to be kept holy. Freedom, Redemption, International Repatriation. The Poor People Government, internationally true human rights. Black Congress, King of Salem. The people above all kingdoms stand governmental, parliamental, statical, churchical, and sabbatical. Formerly, at 54 B Spanish Town Road, now headquarters at 10 Mile Bull Bay, PO St. Andrew, Jamaica. Victory of good over evil. Open letter for international repatriation with reparations now. Open letter to the Prime Minister of Jamaica and the Jamaican government on behalf of the black world of people, Ethiopia, Africa, royal sons and daughters. The most right honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edward, founder leader of Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, AGITATION, Church of Salvation.
Yeah, come from something like it.
Has established and accomplished a framework to bring forth freedom, redemption, international repatriation with compensation. True human rights and human justice, Article 1 to 30 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The ABIC has submitted letters and documents to the United Nations, International Court of Justice in Hague, Netherlands, the Organization of African Unity, or AU, now the African Union, the Arab League, and all nations that benefit from slavery and the slave trade, along with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. All are responsible to grant we the people this right. Glorify the words of the Prime Minister. Glorify the words of the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Honorable Aug.1st, on the post of his Facebook page. The words of the Prophet, Honorable Prophet Marcus Messiah Garvey. Up your mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. Holy Emmanuel I. Rastafari. Honorable Prime Minister Holness, your call for pardoning of Marcus Garvey in Florida, USA was a noble act. Though we fundamentally disagree, as you shall not ask for a pardon for exoneration, as the Honorable Prophet was framed, he was innocent of the charges brought against him. Honorable Prime Minister Holness, in your National Heroes Day message, you said, Sam Sharp fought for slavery not because of personal oppression, but on principle and in selfless devotion to others. Our national hero, Sam Sharp, was selfless in his devotion to the against slavery, not driven by personal oppression, and his conviction to civil liberty. The Right Honorable Marcus Garvey, our international hero, was also selfless in his fight for his people internationally as a black liberator, restorer of pride, dignity, and love for our race, with a conviction to returning and restoring our continent of black Ethiopia Africa to its former glory. Honorable Sir, as you stated in your message, our national heroes would want us to carry on their work. Let us not disappoint them. Africa, for the Africans, those at home and us abroad, was the cry of the Honorable Prophet Marcus Messiah Garvey, our great national and international hero. It has been a mission of the ABIC Church of Salvation under the leadership and guidance of the Most Right Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edward. It was then and it is now. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, several delegations were sent to the continent of Africa by the Right Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edward to secure the people's right to return to Africa. Several member delegation to Ghana, West Africa, met with the then Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Dr. Eban Chambers, on the subject of international repatriation. Dr. Chambers told us, in order for repatriation to be done, it has to be done on a government-to-government level, and it can also be done on a people-to-people level. International protocol dictates this process. Due to the fact that this is a universal international call for the right of all black sons and daughters, four corners of the earth, we are agitating for
for this right on a government-to-government level. We will continue to work towards the fulfillment of the cry of the Honorable Marcus Garvey through fundamental freedom, redemption, and international repatriation with compensation through human rights and human justice. Pull it. We have documented evidence from the United Nations to the International Court of Justice, the OAU, AU, and all heads of government, along with the United Nations Resolution 728, 24 pages. Done after this. Of the Economic and Social Council. That point to you, Honorable Prime Minister, and the Jamaican government, as they want to fulfill this divine cause. The head of state of Jamaica, Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, has directed us to you, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, to initiate this cause. Also, we are calling on you to lobby for this right of freedom, redemption, international repatriation on the floor of the United Nations on behalf of the people, as the official government representative of the people. This lobbying is to be presented to the relevant authorities responsible for legal repatriation, calling for the fulfillment of the Universal Legal Improvement Association Black Bill of Rights, specifically Articles 13, 14, and 15, by the Honorable Prophet Marcus Garvey on the 1st of August.
Ethiopian
The 30th in Harlem, New York, 1920. Filter document of right also presented by the EABIC and was received by Honorable Secretary General of the AAU, Salam Ahmed Salim, on November 8, 1993. Namely, international repatriation and reparation petition to the OAU, now AU, and a 4-point agenda document. All member states agreed to fulfill this cause. We are looking to forward to the Honorable Prime Minister to set a date to receive a delegation of the ABIC, Church of Salvation, to reason on this matter. This right is for black people. This right is for the black world of people. The police, soldiers, teachers, doctors, nurses, farmers, masons, carpenters, office workers, judges, lawyers, people of the manhouse, the man on the sidewalk, the handicapped man, the rich and the poor, the have and the have-not, and those who have no helper from all walks of life. We are calling on you, Mr. Prime Minister, to not only reiterate the words of a national hero you have mentioned, but also the unsung heroes you have not mentioned, like the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Hayward. King Emmanuel has come and still standing in with the people of the ABIC, Church of Salvation, to fulfill the right of the above-mentioned people through the words and works of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. Africa for the Africans, those at home and us abroad. Through the words of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie on his visit to Jamaica in 1966. The people in Ethiopia, Africa, and the people in Jamaica and the diaspora are blood brothers and sisters. This must be done through international human rights law, Articles 1, 3, 13, and 15 of the UDHR. Finishing, my lad. Of which the government of Jamaica is a signatory, along with all member states of the United Nations. May the Almighty God strengthen you to fulfill the right of freedom, redemption, international repatriation. We leave you with 7 words of love. God is love, let us all love. Marcus Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Bless and sanctify my Lord and Empress, Prince and Princess and little one, those who are here and here's to come. Come, brothers and sisters, let's give it up one more time.
To seriously address its approach to reparations, I think the government seriously needs to look at the African community here in the UK and the diaspora in general and address and acknowledge what's happened in the past and try to make amends. So there needs to be a dialogue, and that hasn't happened so far. So every year this is gaining momentum, there are more people, there is more press and media greater awareness. I'd like to hope that, you know, your platform as well as others embrace today, because since 1833 we have been calling for our rights to be recognised. The slave owners were paid out.
Now, it's 183 years since that act. What do you think is going to change today? What do you think makes today's more important than perhaps years before?
I think that the damage that's been done to our community, the fact that we're overrepresented in prisons, the fact that we're overrepresented in the penal system, the fact that we're overrepresented in unemployment figures, we're overrepresented when it comes to unjustified and illegal arrests on the street, the fact that within the education system they still have not implemented African history at all into the syllabus. This is what is happening to us today. We are suffering from post-traumatic slavery syndrome and post-traumatic slavery disorder as a result, a direct result of colonial slavery, and the colonial debt is still imposed on our countries, on our families today. So we still feel that pain. We suffer from discrimination, we suffer from racism, direct and indirect, in every walk of life, everywhere we go, in everything we do. And it's a painful situation to wear these chains today, because it's 200 years that my ancestors, 200 miles along the Ghana coast, yeah? There are castles and bastions that were brought up to imprison my ancestors, and this has failed to be recognised, and that includes all of the European countries, not just here in the UK. So this is about honouring our ancestors and what's happened to them and what is still happening to us today, because it's the continuum that has failed to be recognised that we need to address.
2018-2019 Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress through Divine Church of Salvation, you know. 1st of August march, our yearly march. No. Aye. Every year the Bobo Shanty House have this march in Jamaica. That. Cheap pie. Energy. Yeah, this march has been going on for over some 20 odd, 40 odd year, you know. So I give thanks. Energy. Yeah, the media don't took coverage. The media don't to give full coverage to this march, you know. For true it have to do with, you know, the black man redemption. You know, say the media always fight the black man redemption, the mainstream media. Holy Emmanuel I Selassie Jah Rastafari. Live coverage, you know, brought to you by Honorable Bobo Royalty, aka Prince Shimron. Up.
Rastafari. Emancipation being Reparation. Give thanks to the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. Through Divine Church and through Divine Salvation, we the people stand up for all organizations. non-governmental, parliamental, surgical, and also physical. Our world is found a leader, President and King Most Right and everything Emmanuel Charles world. As you know, Emmanuel is the man who is come with the Freedom Charter, you know, Freedom Redemption, you know, International Repatriation. Man also compensation, you know, meaning them to compensate I you know, help I and make I reach forward home in Africa in the mountain, you know. Last year,
Rastafari.
1834 is the day when they take out the shackle off a black man and woman feet around here, you know. And also Queen Victoria they laid on £20 million to Berlin. I to go home, you know, but the government of Jamaica they use it and build cleaner company and the prison, you know, so we are agitated to go home CMA. So
Rastafari.
Yes, my Lord, give thanks. You know, 1st of August means emancipation, you know. From 1834, I and I were free by Queen Victoria. 120 million pounds sterling were laid down, you know. And I never get such a right. And now it's 2018 to 19. And we are still here. So we're asking between the Prime Minister, Governor General, and the opposition leader, and all these heads of government, Minister of Foreign Affairs and these heads of government, you know, must bring up I rights. Because we have a right to a nationality. And we want to go home, you know. Ethiopia, Africa Black International Congress, you know. Africa is our homeland, you know, and we want to go home. Been agitating from 1957 when Governor Youfoot come out of office. You see? And Honorable King Emmanuel formed this Congress, AGITATION, you know, 1958, 1st of March. So we are, you know, a government here, and we desire our rights to go home, you know, through Human Rights Charter. Article 1 to 15 to 30. Well, Emmanuel, I
Selassie, Rastafari.
Yes, my Lord. And I do give thanks for this moment, very important moment. We, the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, you know, celebrate this day, Emancipation Day, when the shekel came off our feet. So we deliver, you know, some letter to the heads of government. We deliver one to the Prime Minister, one to the Governor General, and one to the British High Commission. On the topic of repatriation and reparation, we the Bobo Shanti have been doing this march for over 30 years now, you know, and we never stop. We never get no media coverage except CVM in 2014 we get CVM coverage. So would I like all the media house to come on board and support this march every year, you know, and come and ask the Bobo Shanti what we have going on, you know, for the 1st, you know, of August, Emancipation Day, you know. Because we see enough group in Jamaica and them just pass this day by like it's nothing, you know. But we the Bobo Shanti, you know, the leader King Emmanuel Charles Edward, you know, stand for this day, you know, and said this day should be a holiday, you know. And PJ Patterson made this a holiday in 1997, you know. Holy Emmanuel I
Selassie, Rastafari.
Blessed love, my Lord. When Selassie I come down here in 1960s in Imperial Majesty, him left document with the Jamaica government. Sir Clifford Campbell, who was governor at the time, and Buster Manley and Norman Manley towards the repatriation. And instead of them deal with them sabotage it and destroy these documents. So I agitate for repatriation. Like every 1st of August, we can letter to the Governor General, the Prime Minister, the British High Commission, and I know them no reply to it. We want to know what's going on. Because now go on so all the while, you know. When I tell the people to come together and rebel, you know. This man say, so a freedom, redemption, repatriation, we are agitate for right now. No one know. Selassie,
Rastafari.
So we come with nothing new, you know. Our only deliverer is the Black Christ, you know. The Black Christ in 3 persons who transfigured on the mountain. Christ our prophet, priest and king. 3 in 1 and 1 in 3 rule of earth, sky and sea. He's the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. The 3 in 1 and 1 in 3. So he did prophesy, the scepter not depart from Judah, now the lawgiver from between his feet till Shiloh come. Until Shiloh shall be the gathering of people. His Imperial Majesty departed in 1974. The scepter depart from him. The lawgiver from between his feet, Father Moses, that is Melchizedek, our founder leader of the Congress, departed in 94. So we look towards the second coming of Christ, Shiloh. To him shall be the gathering of the people. the only deliverer for all the people. So all churches coming in one. The second coming of the Black Christ, the root and the offspring of David, the bright and morning star. Holy Emmanuel alive!
Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.
The signs of his coming, when say you see wars and rumors of war, that is just the beginning of sorrow. But when you see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, know that he's at the door. What kind of door? The door of the womb, root and the offspring of David. Holy Emmanuel alive!
Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.
Revelation 12, my Lord.
My Lord, blessed.
Call upon the leaders to act upon the right of the people and not just to be symbolic, but to be real and put real meaning to emancipation, because emancipation means repatriation. You cannot be emancipated and still remain in the land where you have been enslaved and you still don't have your freedom. We have places like Mandela Park, which we know Mandela is a great man, and yet on a day like today, they try to lock out the people. You have places like Emancipation Park, they close it on a day like today. It is important for you to follow up upon your actions, not with just word, but works. So we're asking the leaders to take the right of the people more seriously and don't sell us out again, because we have a bogus independence that we talk about. We must face the reality. You cannot be independent and you're not able to feed and take care of your people properly. Britain and America is still ruling this country, and we are a people who are capable. We have the greatest minds. When we think about people like Marcus Garvey, King Selassie and King Emmanuel, we have people like those who lead us manfully, and bright scholars. Many of them we can mention at this moment, but because time is fleeting, we can just leave it at that. Holy Emmanuel,
Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.
Alright, what was in the letter? What was in the letter? We want to know the content of the letter. Oh, what was in the letter?
Well, what was in the letter, the content is bringing forward the memory of how Britain, America, and Queen Victoria did come into Ethiopia and take, Ethiopian children away brutally, killing, murder, and lynching and stealing, and turning the flag down. That's why you see some of the Rasta, they have the red down, Federation. But the red is always up, as you see, Honorable King Emmanuel. So that is the content, bringing up to where Queen Victoria also did free slave them in 1834, and even granted how much millions pounds of sterling for the slave children to be repatriated and financially compensated. And up to today, we are still here. So these are the memory lane channel I bring up to today to make the reality of emancipation. They are real repatriation for us, you see. Like you cannot be emancipated and then you're still in the land that is emancipated. As the priest mentioned, emancipation means repatriation.
Yes,
so we also have a date to meet with the Prime Minister, for the 15th of this month, demanding a meeting with the Prime Minister. As the priest mentioned, over 30 years and a big run around, never get no justice, no seen,
Yes,
so
my lord. And the main topic in the letter was repatriation and reparation for all black slave children worldwide, So we are calling upon the Prime Minister office to agitate to the British High Commissioner and the Queen of England, who are responsible for slavery and the slave trade. For the biggest human trafficking started from the slave trade and it's still going on. So in this day, them is talking about human trafficking. One of the biggest topics on the media today is human trafficking, which is still going on by America and England. Blessed love, my Lord.
Blessed.
Yes, my Lord. And also from 1834, they released the shackle of iron eye, black woman and man. See, that's them give emancipation, we need repatriation. They never provide iron eye with no transportation, still on the plantation. See, so now iron eye agitates 9 or 13 miles of Black Star Line. and also calling upon the AU.
Hold on.
They're calling upon the AU, the Africa Union.
Start again.
Yeah, and also calling upon the AU, the Africa Union, with also the Euro, with also Britain, America, and the Jamaica government to even bring forward this right. Because even in 1992, the Queen did reply to Honorable King Emmanuel, stating that it is in the hand of the Jamaica government to bring up the rights of repatriation, you know, through the auspices of the United Nations. So all these we're calling upon to bring forward a rectification and a justice for the people, you know. Not just Rasta, black people 4 weeks.
What's really the next move? Because as you mentioned earlier, this is a message that you try to communicate every single year and nothing has changed. So what will happen next? What you plan to do next?
Next we plan to implement this, what you're doing here in the schools. That means that the younger generation could know their rights of emancipation, which is repatriation and compensation. And the younger mind, you can't fool them, you know, because they want to know the truth. So this have to bring in the school that when you see where I'm at and look out there, you're going to see representatives from all schools in this march here to show that them know what time it is, you know, and we don't want to be fooled anymore now. So, Honorable King Emmanuel bring the light to us all, you know.
And the main thing that to know in this time, my love, the people to know that Jamaica is the Egypt that you're reading about the Bible, where Moses trod, where Christ trod, right? Reincarnation bring back all flesh. So we are the said Jews from that time. So if the people didn't know that Jamaica is the Egypt, they would say everything natural. The whole dreadlocks thing, you see that going on, just Moses tradition that. You see, Old Testament, right? Moses, who is a worthy founder, leader, president, God and king.
My Lord, baby, always talk over another golden job. Never more to love me now. I will keep up your land, my Lord. With the blue mind, singing on your angels, oh, what a happy time. What a
That's it.
No, they don't. Put your trust in me. How great is our God? How great is His name? Pull up. Pull up.
Come forward.
Go there, so they can get through. How great is our God? How great is His name? He's the greatest God. Forever the same. We go by the water. That's it. Come on outside. Come on outside. How great is our God? How great is His name? He's the greatest one. Forever the same. We go by the water. From the mighty river. He said, I need you. Put your trust in me. How great is our God? How great is His name? He's the greatest one. By the water of the mighty Red Sea, He said, I
black people arise. Dream of justice cause. Do not give up a continent for island. Africa is ours. We should take it now. No more to Rome. Now here in America. No more to Rome. Down in Jamaica. No more to Rome. Down in the Caribbean. We have been Caribbean our home. Far beyond our waters, our shore. We want to go home. Africa is our home. All black man and no man rise up. Rise up because the world is yours. Celestia. Right nation, I am being the other. I am being is a one-to order. I am being the other is a serious order. I am being the other is a meditation order. I am being the other is a robe and turban order. I am being the other the ancient Rastaman order. From them time until these times, I am being the other live, rule and reign in the heart of flesh, in the heart of all people. This is black supremacy and righteousness of salvation. Our word is found our leader, our president, our God and King, the right and the good. King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, Black Christ in flesh, the great I am the I am, founder of the AGITATION, Rasta, and I stand up for equal rights and justice for one and for all. For the comb head, the bald head, the soul head, the scream head. The Rasta man, the man with long dread, the man with no dread. Salvation is free for one and for all. Everyone answer to this universal call. Call our loved ones, near and far. Holy Emmanuel eyes, last eyes, Rastafari. Babylon burning, and she not know water. A consuming fire. there. Manuel gone. Reparation there. Selassie gone. Reparation there. This is I, Black Ethiopians bringing Christ to the nation. The only solution to the pollution is the Black Christ salvation. So black people, live in love and let love live. Love yourself. Turn to the creation God in you and find Christ in yourself. Holy Emmanuel, I King Selassie, yeah! Rastafari! First of August, Emancipation Day. We chanted to free ourselves, Elizabeth here we know. John, Ocean, and Trump here we know. All upon the United Nations. We want to go home, we want to go home. Repatriation is a must. Reparation is a must. Selassie, Rastafari.
Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, God in three persons, Blessed Trinity. This is a call to action, a call of duty. The EABIC Bahamas branch will be holding its annual Emancipation Day March to display all might and majesty of the true divinity and imagery of what a people should be, how black woman and child should be displayed in virtual attire, the black family in the beauty of holiness. The purpose is to raise awareness and remembrance that the chains of our hands are broken. But the only true freedom is freedom, redemption, international, repatriation, universally, internationally, globally. Emancipation is the fact and process of being set free from legal, social, or political restrictions, which we as a people have been denied. They say we have been liberated, which is the act of setting one free from imprisonment, slavery, or oppression, or release. But we still relive the horror daily by being on the prison compound. For if we study what they have said, results equals 7, 9, or 13 miles of Black Star Liner ships. So we, as a people, must organize, centralize, and mobilize for this event. For if our forefathers served 400 years in bondage and marched out of Egypt, so have we done. Now it's time to march because Moses was denied by Pharaoh. So have we been denied by governments. But one day our practice would make perfect in the final fight to take flight and leave out of here. For we are confident in the victory of good over evil. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. For together we walk, together we talk, together we wash one another's feet. Some people say we have no need, but we are doing the laws and commandments of our Father, the Black Christ in flesh. Sound the royal creed for the rallying of God's people in the United Kingdom for this Emancipation Day's March. We, your siblings in the island nations of the Caribbean, in particular, the EABIC Bahamas branch with Royal Ambassador Richmond McKinney says, greetings. Despite the distance and the separation of waters, we send forth hope and love, which bridges every gap and transcends all barriers. We call on you all in the United Kingdom, Bobo Shanti, Nyabingi, 12 Tribe, Orthodox, all black activists and freedom fighters to unite and march. For as the Israelites marched around the walls of Jericho and with a mighty shout brought down its walls, so do you the same to our oppressors in that land. For the fight we fight is a fundamental fight, a fight for freedom, a fight for redemption, a fight for international repatriation. This fight is not against flesh and blood, but against powers, principalities, and rulers of darkness. Winston Churchill said it would take hundreds of years to reverse the indoctrination of black people, but the Honorable Marcus Garvey stated, for it shall take only 1 minute for all of us to think the same cause one time. So we cry out to our brothers and sisters to rally the cause with us. For we in the Caribbean once flew the Union Jack also, but we wish not for it to fall, but for all of us to leave these places so we can be joined together politically for a common purpose, bonded by common feelings. We all need a country, a state, a territory ruled by our own king and queen in such a way that relates to the government of our affairs, of our own country, with policies that are beneficial for us. So we strive universally for United States of Africa. For the host of UK, you, my family, are in the face of Pharaoh. Cry out as you march. Pharaoh, let Jah people go. Oh, how we long for a mass departure. Oh, United Kingdom, how can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land? We call on you, royal family, the true sons and daughters of the real king, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, its rightful ruler, to bridge this universal gap with the ancient order of one for all and all for one, with our God, our aim, and our destiny. First and foremost, up, you mighty race. You can accomplish what you will. Reach for the stars of equality and justice, for equality and justice is for one and all. Blessed love to one and all. My family, bless.
Congress moving on. Rastafari still King Selassie,